Where's the John?
It's through the hole down there to the left.
Don't you come back with any guns or anything now.
Oh, honey. Can I leave this here?
Sure, why not? We have half-filled glasses all over the house. Wherever Martha's forgotten that she's left. No. I found one in the linen closet. And on the edge of the bathtub. And even in the freezer once.
You did not!
Yes, I did.
You did not!
Yes, I did. Brandy doesn't give you a hangover?
I never mix, and then I don't drink very much either.
Well, that's nice. You know, your husband was telling me all about the chromosome.
He's in the math department.
No, Martha, he's a biologist.
He's in the math department.
Biology.
Are you sure?
Well, I ought to be.
I suppose so. I don't know who said he was in the math department.
Why, you did, Martha.
Well, I can't be expected to remember everything. So he's a biologist. Good for him. Biology's even better. It's less abstruse.
Abstract.
Abstruse, in the sense of recondite. Don't you tell me words. Biology's even better. It's right at the meat of things. You're right at the meat of things, baby.
I thought you were in the math department.
Well, maybe I ought to be.
No, you stay right where you are. You stay right at the meat of things.
You are obsessed with that phrase, Martha. It's ugly.
You stay right there. Hell, you can take over the history department just as easy from there as anywhere else. God knows. Somebody's going to take over the history department someday, and it ain't going to be old George boy over there, that's for sure. Are ya, Swampy, huh? Are ya?
You know, Martha, in my mind, you are buried in cement right up to your neck. No, right up to your nose. That'd be much quieter.
Well, all right. When is your son?
What? Our
Something
son?
about your son.
Where's your son coming home?
All right. Okay. Yes, Martha. When is our son coming home?
Never mind.
No. I want to know. You brought it out into the open. When's he coming home, Martha?
Never mind. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Him up, not it. You brought him up. Oh, more or less. I mean, when is the little bugger going to appear? I mean, isn't tomorrow supposed to be his birthday or something?
I don't want to talk about it.
Martha?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll bet you don't. Martha doesn't want to talk about it. Him. Martha's sorry she brought it up. Him.
When's the little bugger coming home?
Yes, when is the little bugger coming home, Martha, since you had the poor taste to bring it up in the first place?
George talks disparagingly about the little bugger because he has problems.
Oh, what? The little bugger has problems? What problems does the little bugger have?
Not the little bugger. Stop calling him that. You've got problems.
Huh. Never heard anything more ridiculous in my life.
Neither have I.
George's biggest problem about the little bugger, about our son, about our great big son, is that deep down in the privatemost pit of his gut, he's not completely sure it's his own kid.
Oh my God, you're a wicked woman.
And I've told you 1,000,000 times, baby, I wouldn't conceive with anyone but you. You know that, baby.
A deeply wicked person.
My, oh my.
You know, Martha's lying. I want you to know that right now. Martha is lying. There aren't too many things in this world that I am sure of. National boundaries, levels of the ocean, political allegiances, practical morality. All of these things I wouldn't stake my stick on anymore. But there is one thing in this whole sinking world that I am sure of, and that is my partnership, my chromosomological partnership in the creation of our blonde-haired, blue-eyed son.
Oh, I'm so glad.
That was a very pretty speech, George.
Thank you, Martha.
You rose to the occasion. Good. Real good.
Well, real well.
No, Martha, no, listen, she knows better.
I know better. I've been to college like everybody else.
Yes, Martha been to college. Martha also been to a convent when she was a wee twig of thing, too.
And I was an atheist. I still am.
Oh, not an atheist, Martha. Pagan. Martha's the only true pagan on the eastern seaboard.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice, dear?
Martha still paints blue circles around her things.
Does she?
Sometimes. You want to see?
Oh, tut.
Tut yourself, you old floozy.
He's not a floozy. He can't be a floozy. You're a floozy.
Now you just watch yourself.
All right. I'd like a nipper of brandy, please.
Honey, you've had enough.
Oh, no nonsense. I think everybody's ready.
Nonsense.
Okay?
Our son does not have blue hair, or blue eyes for that matter. He has green eyes like
He has blue eyes, Martha.
me. Green.
Blue, Martha.
Green. He has the loveliest green eyes. They aren't all flaked with brown and gray, you know, hazel. They're real green. Deep, pure green eyes like mine.
Your eyes are brown.
Green! Well, and some might say look brown, but they're green. They're not real green like his. They're more hazel. George has watery blue eyes. Milky blue.
Make up your mind, Martha.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. Daddy has green eyes, too.
He does not. He has beady red eyes like a white mouse. In fact, he is a white mouse.
You wouldn't dare say such a thing if he were here. You're a coward.
With that shock of white hair and those beady little red eyes, he is a great big white mouse.
George hates Daddy. Not for anything Daddy's ever done to him, but for his own...
Inadequacy.
That's right. You hit it right on the snout. Where do you think you're going?
We're out of booze, honey.
Oh, well, then go.
Yeah.
He's a good bartender, a good bar nurse. The son of a bitch, he hates my father. You know that?
Oh, come on.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm joking? I never joke. I don't have a sense of humor. I have a fine sense of the ridiculous, but no sense of humor. I have no sense of humor.
Neither have I.
Yes, you do, honey. A quiet one.
Thank you.
You want to know why the SOB hates my father? You want me to tell you? All right. Well, Mom died early, and I sort of grew up with Daddy. I mean, I went away to school and stuff, but I more or less grew up with him. Jesus, I admired that guy. I worshipped him. I absolutely worshipped him. I still do. And he was pretty fond of me, too, you know? We had a real rapport going. A real rapport. And Daddy built this college. I mean, he built it up from what it was. He is the college, and the college is him. Do you know what the endowment was when he took over and what it is now? You look it up sometime.
I did. I read all about it. It's so impressive.
Shut up and listen, cutie. So after I got done with school and stuff, I came back here, sort of sat around for a while. I wasn't married or anything. Well, I'd been married, sort of, for a week my sophomore year at Miss Muff's Academy for Young Ladies. College. But Daddy and Miss Muff got together to put an end to that real quick. Annulled, which is a laugh because theoretically you can't get an annulment if there's been entrance. So I came back here. I was virginized first, re-virginized at Miss Muff's, finished. And then I came back here and I was hostess for Daddy, and I took care of him. And it was nice. It was very nice.
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean? Yes, yes. How would you know? Lover. Well, it was about that time that I got the idea that I would marry into the college, which didn't seem to be quite as stupid as it turned out. So I was on the lookout for prospects with the new men, an heir apparent. It wasn't Daddy's idea that I had to necessarily marry the guy. I mean, I wasn't the albatross. He didn't have to take me to get the prize or anything like that. It was something that I had in the back of my mind. A lot of the new men were married, naturally.
Naturally.
Like you, baby.
Like you, baby.
But then George came along. Along come George.
Along comes George Baron Hooch. What are you doing now, Martha?
I'm telling a story. Sit down, you'll learn something.
All right.
You come back.
That's right.
Dear, he's come back.
I can see, honey.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yes, and along came George. Along he came, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, into the history department. You know what I did? Dumb cluck that I am, you know what I did? I fell for it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's right. She did. You should have seen it. She would sit outside my office door on the lawn at night.
Oh.
And she would howl and yell and claw at the turf. Good work.
I actually fell for him. That there.
No, Martha is as romantic at heart, isn't she?
That I am. And so I actually fell for him. And the match seemed practical, too, you know. Daddy was looking for someone
Oh, just a minute, Martha.
to take over when he was ready to retire.
Just a minute,
so
Martha.
I thought that...
Stop it, Martha!
What do you want?
I thought you were telling the story of our courtship. If I'd known you were going to start in on this other business,
Well, I am.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Well, you wouldn't, you're not.
Oh, look, you've already sprung a leak about that other thing.
Well, what? What?
Oh, the apple of our eye, the little sprout, our boy. And if you start in on this other business, I warn you, Martha, it's going to make me angry.
Oh, it is it?
I warn you.
What?
I warn you.
I'm sorry, but I don't know if this is a subject
I
that we
stand
need to listen to.
warned. And so I married the SOB, and I had it all planned out. He was the groom. He was going to be groom. He'd take over one day. First he'd take over the history department, and when Daddy retired, he'd take over the college. That's the way it was supposed to be. Getting angry, baby? That's the way it was supposed to be. Very simple. And Daddy thought it was a pretty good idea, too, for a while, until he watched for a couple of years. Getting angrier until he watched for a couple of years and started thinking that maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. That maybe Georgie boy didn't have the stuff. That he didn't have it in him.
Stop it, Martha!
The hell I will. You see, George didn't have much push. He wasn't particularly aggressive. In fact, he was sort of a, flump. A great big fat flump. Stop it!
Martha,
I hope that was an empty bottle, George. You don't want to waste good liquor. Not on your salary. Not on an associate professor's salary.
Martha, don't.
So here I am, stuck with this flump, this
I said
bog in
don't,
the history
Martha.
department, who's married to the president's daughter, who's expected to be somebody, not just some nobody,
Who's
some
afraid of Virginia
bookworm,
Woolf?
somebody who's
Virginia
so damn
Woolf,
contemplated,
Virginia
he
Woolf,
can't make
who's
anything of
afraid of
himself,
Virginia
somebody
Woolf?
without the guts to make anybody proud of
Who's
him.
afraid of Virginia
All right,
Virginia
George.
Woolf, Virginia Woolf,
Stop it!
who's afraid...